name is Gabriel Ortiz, and today I'm giving a speech entitled The Power of Love. So throughout life, we experience many feelings, and all these feelings have multiple effects on our brain, but no feeling has a greater effect than love. Love is synonymous with warm feelings and happiness, but it's so much more. Love is often seen as this mystically overused term in life, but although the word love is heavily thrown around, it is more than a word. It is a feeling, a chemical reaction, and a promise and command from the Lord. With that being said, love is something we seek after, and it's actually very beneficial for us to do so. Love has many positive effects on our physical body and on the brain mentally. The effects are things such as longer life expectancy, better mental health, and happier life overall. One of the major effects love has on the body is longer life. The reason for this is when one feels love from another, especially from someone they love, they move away from detrimental habits such as substance abuse, impulse eating, and stressing, which all three of these things, according to the U.S. News, are three of the leading causes of death in the United States. Oftentimes, people use substance abuse to fill a void they may have in their lives, and love from another fills that void. The mortality rate of people who are in a loving marriage drops by over 40%. Also, dozens of studies have demonstrated that married people are significantly less to suffer from viral infections such as migraines, mental illnesses, pneumonia, and dementia. They have fewer surgeries, car accidents, and heart attacks. This means that feeling love is not a pleasurable endorphin, but also not as much as it is a protective force in one's life and vital to existence. Another positive effect love has on the body is not just physical, but also mental, because although preservation of the physical self is important, it is extremely important for someone to preserve their mental state. The feeling of love is scientifically proven to lower anxiety in the body and significantly reduce depression and other mental disorders. Also, according to a book called The General of Love, nervous systems are not separate or self-contained beginning in the earliest childhood. The areas of our brain identified as the limbic system is affected by those closest to us. This means that the love or lack thereof can shape our future and how we deal with stress and overall personality as a whole. But it's stated that men and women who get happier as they get married, which leads to a reduction of anxiety and depression. So, due to this realization, it is actually a practice amongst therapists to treat depression by focusing on interpersonal relationships as a way to improve the depression is done in attachment therapy in children and interpersonal therapy in adults. Love is a powerful tool for preventing health, mental disorders, and for treating physical disorders. So finally, my artifact I have is a Bible. And in this book, there are many important scriptures and the lessons for how to live life. But the scripture, or really the passage of scripture that I have chosen, is 1 Corinthians 13. And it says, "Though I speak with the tongues of men and of angels, but I have no love, I have become a sounding brass or clanging cymbal. And though I have the gift of prophecy and understand all mysteries and knowledge, and though I have all faith so that I could remove mountains, but I have not love, I am nothing. And though I bestow my goods to feed the poor, and though I give my body to be burned, but have not love, it profits me nothing. Love suffers long and is kind. Love does not envy. Love does not parade itself, is not puffed up, does not behave rudely, and does not seek its own. It is not provoked, thinks no evil, does not rejoice in iniquity, but rejoices in truth, bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Love never fails, but whether there are prophecies, they will fail. Whether there are tongues, they will cease. Whether there is knowledge, it will vanish away. For we know in part, and we prophesy in part. But when that is perfect, that has come, that which is in part will be done away. When I was a child, I spoke as a child, I understood as a child, I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. For now we see in a mirror dimly, but then face to face. Now I know in part, but then I shall, just as I am known. And now abide faith, hope, love, these three. But the greatest of these three is love." So 1 Corinthians 13 speaks about love and how in life, no matter what we do, we must do it in love. And all things that are not done in love are void. What we do, even if it is the most kind and noble action, if not done in love and done in the wrong spirit, it is void. God calls us to do all things in love, and we must show love unto ourselves and others. It is one of the most important actions we can show in the Bible. So in conclusion, love is a powerful force. It can heal trauma, infirmities, and emotional traumas as well, and prevent life-altering physical trauma as well. Love is a high calling from the Lord, one that if we keep, we will live a prosperous life here on earth and one in heaven as well. So, finally, I have one last thing to say. That God, He gave us love not as a command, as much as He gave us love as a way of showing it to others, to make them truly feel accepted and in our calling and in the calling he gave them. So thank you for listening to my speech, The Power of Love.